have another story time for you. This one is about how I snuck a cat into a Starbucks. Here we go. Okay, so basically, if you guys have not seen my story time video about how I got my kitten, and if you guys want to meet my kitten, that is all wrapped into one video, so you guys can check that out somewhere over there. I'll leave a card somewhere, you know. Anyway, so you guys can check that out and then come back to this video, or watch this one first, then that one, you know, do your own thing. So basically, I had gotten this kitten, and I wanted to make sure that he would be really friendly and sociable. So my first instinct is like, you know what, let me take this cat to any store that will allow pets, specifically Lowe's. So I took him to Lowe's, and because it's like not a PetSmart, like yeah, everyone's at PetSmart, but like I had to go to Lowe's anyway, so I just went to Lowe's and they allow pets, which is awesome. So I brought the little kitten and everyone loved him. Everyone was like asking like about the little cat, like, oh, can I pet him, blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, that's like the whole point of why I brought him, so that he'll be sociable with people, he'll be very friendly and cuddly, and that's like how he is now. So I had to go pick up a tape measure, so I went there and I went into the aisle where there was like the tape measure, and I was looking for one, and then there are these like really buff guys, you know, like shopping for tools and stuff. And then the cat meows, and he was like, meow, like tiniest little meow. The guys are like, what was that? What was that? And then the kitten meows again, and then he like meows like 2 more times, you know. Then the guys are like, oh, is that a kitten? And then I'm like thinking that they're gonna be mad at me, and then I'm like, yes, and I like kind of turn around because like that way they could see that I had the cat. And then they were like, oh my gosh, I love kittens. And they were these like super duper macho guys like shopping for tools and stuff, and they were like fawning over this little kitten, and I just thought it was funny because they're like so huge and the little kitten was like so tiny. One of them goes like, I remember when my cats were that small. And then he proceeded to tell me, he was like, I have 12 cats at home. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh, I have never heard of somebody having 12 cats, and I thought that was crazy. And then the other guy was like, really man? You never told me you had cats. And then they started talking about cats, and I thought that was so funny that these guys shopping for tools began to bond over little kittens and cats. So I thought that was fun. So basically, little kitten got sociable and stuff and very friendly, got pet by everybody. It was a great time. He did not scratch anybody. He just loves attention. Bought my tape measure that I needed from Lowe's, and then I saw Starbucks, and I was like, it's kind of cold out. I want a coffee. And then I was like, well, I guess I could go through the drive-thru, or maybe I'll just bring the cat inside. And everyone loves kittens. This is like a known human fact, I think. Everyone loves kittens. So I kind of have this thing in me where I'm like, let me see what will happen, or I just like to see what's gonna happen, you know? I go to Starbucks and I am kind of like not sure if I should try and hide him. So basically, like, I don't hold him like this or anything. Like, what he does normally is he like puts his claws into my jacket, like on top of my stomach, and then he just kind of like hangs there, and he just like is like chill, you know? And so like I don't even need to hold him, but I still hold him just to make sure like he's safe and secure and won't like run away and stuff. So he's like not really obscured, but he's not meowing, so it's like, oh, let's see what happens. So I walk into Starbucks, and I see a lady start walking very, very fast at me, and she's like kind of speed walking almost at me, and she has a Starbucks apron on, so I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna get kicked out. But I was like, oh, that's okay, like I tried it, just wanted to see what happened. And then she comes up to me and she's like, is that a kitten? And I was just like, yeah, his name is Smokey. And then she was like, oh my gosh, like, oh, this cat is so cute, he's so beautiful. So then I told him how a few days prior I had found him on the side of the road, and that's why he's so skinny, because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm like not feeding this cat. It's just he was a literal skeleton, so you know, I was like working on it, I was like feeding him and stuff, but that way they weren't like, you're not feeding your cat, you know? So I explained to her, and she was so helpful. She was like telling me all these little tips about like, oh, well, you should probably feed him like with this type of thing, or like if he's not eating enough then you can like get this, or like good kitty litter is like this, you know. Just basically telling me like advice for his whole life and everything, and especially for like him right now in that like kind of critical condition where he just needed food, a lot of rehabilitation with food and stuff. And this was not what I expected at all from a person at Starbucks, where they're like not allowing you to take pets, you know? So then another person comes out from like the back room and they're like, oh my god, is that a cat? And by this point, the first lady is holding the cat, and like he loves to do this thing with certain people that he will go into their neck and just kind of like purr and cuddle their neck, and it's very cute. And he's so small that he can like fit his whole body right here, and she was just like in love with my little cat. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead, hold him, you know, like I can take him home later, but like he's not gonna run away or he's not gonna do anything like that. So he was just like cuddling like up to this lady and stuff, and she was like melting from all the cuteness. She was like, I cannot deal with this, oh my god. And so another lady that had come out, she like wanted to pet him and stuff, and so like she started petting him and everything. And then a lady that was behind the counter, I guess she was just kind of waiting for me to like order something, and then she got mad at the first lady. She was like, you know, for a manager, you're really not that strict on the pets thing. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this lady is the manager and she's doing that type of stuff? Oh my gosh, like I never would have expected that. I thought she was like just an employee who like really loved cats, but she was the manager, so no wonder I wasn't getting yelled at, because she was the manager. So she was such a sweet lady though. And then I noticed like that she went to like move her hair or something, and she had a tattoo of a cat on her hand, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the perfect lady for it. So she kept playing with the kitten, so then I put my order in and that lady was not pleased. The lady behind the counter, she was like, she probably didn't like cats, but who doesn't like cats? Who doesn't like kittens, you know? That's what I think. Crazy out of this whole story. Who does not like a kitten? Anyway, so that lady, she ended up making my latte or whatever I ordered, the lady that was already behind the counter. So then I got my latte and stuff, and then the lady, she kept like holding my cat and like petting him, and I'm totally fine with that. Like I really don't mind if people play with the kitten as long as they're like nice to him, you know? And she was telling me all these great tips and everything. So I was like, yeah, go ahead, play with the cat. Like he's gonna love it anyway. And she was telling me about how she really wanted a cat and stuff, and she used to have one, but now like her apartment complex doesn't allow cats or something. And I just like felt really bad for the lady, but I think it like brightened her day that she got to play with the kitten. And so after that, after a little bit, then it was like time to say goodbye for Smokey and I. And then I had my latte in hand and we left, and that was that. So that was basically how I snuck my cat into Starbucks. It wasn't really sneaking at all. Like I thought it was gonna be more discreet, but I just kind of wanted to see what I could get away with, I guess, because everyone loves cats. Like maybe if it was an adult cat, like it'd be a little weirder, but like who does not love kittens? So I don't know. That's what I wanted to tell you guys this week. And I also wanted to mention that like after she held the kitten, that she told me, she was like, oh well, now I have to get like a new apron and like wash my hands and everything. So like she was still like being sanitary and everything, so it wasn't like she was putting cat hair on her apron and then serving people coffee, you know? So just like making sure that you guys know that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like kittens, or if you like this video, or if you want more videos with my kitten, you know, one of those. Let me know via the thumbs up. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat, everything is just at AmyCrouton. Also, if you want to support me on Patreon, I would really appreciate it. And if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe by clicking my face right there, and check out my other videos by clicking right there or right there. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!